welcome back to the 10 of Edmond podcast. Today we have special guest Preston on, talking about some stuff. Probably try and keep it like 10-15 minutes. All right, so yeah, Preston, you got the story about Bell.
All right, it's not a very exciting story, but my bill went up $8 or so, and of course,
okay.
Now I don't get any fucking physical bills. It's only a fucking online thing.
Yep.
So it like says, all right, you owe $40. I now pay $40. So first I phone Bell, and they're like, due to coronavirus, we will not be picking up the phone. I'm like, I didn't know it's transmitted over the phone. So then I went to their fucking...
That's not... Come on. That's not why.
Well, it's not like they can have a bunch of people in their call center anymore.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I go on their fucking live chat. And I'm like, hey, yeah, why the fuck is my internet $8 more this month? They're like, oh yeah. If you look at the page 5 of your bill in December, it told us that your bill would go up in March 2020. I'm like, now, I don't receive a physical bill. Like, oh, you have to download the online bill and go to page 5 to read it. I'm like, now, does that seem very fair to you?
Wait, is that legal?
And she's like, no, but it is part of our policy, sir.
Wait, so why'd they raise it? Just because it's like a cost of living raise for them, basically?
Yeah, yeah, it's basically that. So I'm like, yeah, that's really sad. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay that. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I can maybe get you a $5 discount. And I'm like, well,
what about 8?
I'm like, well, it's really unfortunate. Maybe Rogers would be nicer to their customers. And she's like, sir, the most I can give you right now, I can give you $15 towards your next bill. And I want you to call me at the end of April. We're gonna renegotiate your plan. We just can't do it right now due to coronavirus. I'm like, you know what? That's understandable.
See, that's all you gotta do. You just gotta I might have to leave.
Yeah, never rude. Never rude.
Just be like, I gotta go.
She called me an inspiration, and I'm trying to find.
What do you mean?
I mean that she started basically gushing about how valuable a customer. She called me an inspiration too. I'm trying to find the screenshot I took.
Oh, I thought she was like, you're inspirational because you're not like an asshole.
No,
but instead, that's just gonna keep you as a customer.
Yeah, she's like, you're an inspiration to all of us during these trying times. I'm like, all right.
Oh my, okay, that's enough. That's honestly makes me want to
chill, Kathy. Chill, Kathy.
Leave. I'm gonna go join Rogers now.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Do you have Bell Internet too, Hayden?
No, I mean it's tech savvy, so it's a subsidiary of Bell, I guess, but they're pretty good. So not too bad.
Wait, Joe, so you're paying $40 a month for how much?
50 megabit.
Oh, that's like a $80 plan here.
Yeah, and I get usually 100 megabits on a good day, which is...
So here, let me read this, and then I can also put it on screen through power of editing.
Oh my god.
So this is from Jan Mabel.
Yeah.
And it says, I am a consumer myself, and since you've been a valued Bell customer...
About 6 months.
But that's a weird place for a period. Oh. Okay, whatever. I will be providing you a one-time $10 adjustment on your account to ease the burden of this increase and help you adjust to your new rate. And your journey with us has been an inspiration for us to continue our goal to provide the best and efficient services to make things easier and efficient.
Yeah, so this message was...
You're getting a $2 discount.
Before I negotiate her up to $16 or $15 or whatever.
That's good.
Best part is, left the chat, checked my bill, didn't change.
Well, it takes a second.
Fuck. I'm not gonna do anything tonight. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. Fucking look tomorrow. It's the same. I'm like, God fucking damn. So here I am on online chat. I'm like, hey, the only screenshot I have is this one. It does. I only took it because she told me I was an inspiration. But do I have this money somewhere? She's like, oh, sir, it'll be on your next bill. I'm like, all right, thank God. Okay, but I'm chatting with Bell.
What was the point of them increasing your bill again?
Fucking get more money. It's for people who don't call them. Because for every one person who calls them and say, hey, why the fuck did my bill increase? There are 25 who don't, and then they get 8 times 25.
Yeah,
so it's pretty decent.
That's kind of scummy.
I mean, I don't mind Bell and Rogers. They're not like American internet companies, which are fucking extra scummy because they just have the whole thing. But because they compete against each other, you can like wiggle them and you can negotiate them.
Yeah.
See, I get Rogers employee pricing. So I'm actually I
Are
mean,
you an employee of Rogers?
No, but the military gives it.
Rogers is worse than Bell in almost every way.
I wonder if
I don't like any of them.
No. Rogers was shit when I had them. Like every other month, it'd be like the internet would just shut down randomly.
Your internet shuts down randomly now.
That's also true.
No. Right now, it just gets throttled after 7 p.m.
Well, I would almost say that's worse.
No. But with the Rogers, our modem, like our internet box or whatever.
Yeah, sure. I know what a modem is.
Yeah, that thing broke twice in like the 2 years I had it. Like it just stopped working. Like
it overheated?
Not even overheated. It's just like it would work on our TV, but when I was in my room, it wouldn't work on my computer. And
Tan's dad walks into the room. He's like, "Oh, it's 36 in here. Fully fucked on the heat, boy. It's cold."
It's 36. Jesus.
Yeah, like it would it would work on our TV, and then it wouldn't work on my laptop, our phone, or my desktop, and I'd be confused as to why that was.
Feels like a software problem.
Yeah, I don't know. So we had to swap out the box, and then it started happening again. So then we swapped out the box again.
Definitely a software problem.
Seems like a Mohinder kind of issue.
Yeah, if I had Mohinder helping us, maybe.
Most popular girl in Toronto.
Oh, yeah. Was it Toronto or school?
It was her school in Toronto.
Yeah, so either way.
Oh, it doesn't really matter.
How's Mohinder doing now, I wonder?
She's not, like, she's fictional.
I know she's
made up.
I know she's fictional, but if she was real, I wonder what she'd be doing right now.
You're fucking stupid.
You're the worst.
I hate you.
I wonder what a fiction... Oh my god. That's dumb as... Okay.
Yeah, I've had better experiences with Rogers / Bell / telecompanies than Toronto Hydro. Just because Toronto Hydro don't give a fuck.
Toronto Hydro's like, pay your bill. That's it.
Yeah. Although, I haven't been billed in a really long time. And
they've cut that.
Have they cut that? Sure. Oh, they've closed down their servers for some reason.
My friend my friend who works there, he can literally look up anybody, so he looked up Brandenburg, and there's apparently a Brandenburg that lives on Lawrence East somewhere. Huh. So, yeah. And he also looked at his boss, and he's like, yeah, he lives in a rich-ass neighborhood. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. He can literally see anybody on the Hydro, bro.
Man, so fucking... Yeah, I told you guys when I had my power cut out, right?
Nope.
Yeah, no? I don't remember.
Right when I moved it... Fucking, I guess I'll tell it for the fucking podcast.
No, feel free. Yeah, you have bill problems to deal with.
Right when I fucking moved in, I'd always check the mailbox, and I get these fucking letters from Toronto Hydro addressed to the previous owner. His name was John Bond. And I'm like, this fucking idiot.
I remember this dude.
Pay your fucking hydro bills, idiot. You're gonna get your power cut. And this continued for I'd say good 3 weeks.
It's a long time.
Yeah, to be fair, that's fairly forgiving. And I'd always get the letter, I go, all right, I'm not legally allowed to open this. It's not my mail. So I'll leave it for the mailman to collect. And one day I was fucking having a shower. Knock on the door. I'm like, all right. Took me about 4 seconds to get out of the shower, put a towel on, answer the door. No one there. I'm like, oh, maybe that was the neighbors. Maybe and then all the lights turned off.
So that was their courtesy knock, was, hey, we're about to turn your lights off.
Yeah, and if I hadn't been in the shower, chances are I wouldn't have lost power, because I'd be like, do I look like a 45-year-old named John Bond? But
that's probably the reason they do that.
Yeah. But anyways, the man was not sticking around. He was not trying to meet me that day.
Well, it's UPS training. So
he turned off the power, and then it was 4:30. So he stopped work. He wasn't allowed to turn it back on. So he got the fuck out of there. So then I was on the phone for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Got my landlords involved. I don't know if that was their responsibility or my responsibility to sign up for Toronto Hydro as a new tenant, I genuinely don't have a clue. But they felt mighty bad for us. So I was
how long were you dark for?
I was dark for like 4 p.m. to like 9 p.m.
Okay, so
like it wasn't it wasn't the end of the world, but also every time I called, they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get around there for a couple of days, at least not until tomorrow." I'm like, I just bought a load full of ground beef. What am I gonna do with my beef?
What the fuck?
So then, in the process, I was like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do?" This for some reason was my main concern. Like, what am I gonna do with all my beef? So I started like calling up all the people who live near me. I'm like, "Listen, how much freezer space you got right now?" They're like, "I don't know, a couple cubic feet." I'm like, "Perfect. I need to store my beef there." And like in the process, as I was loading the beef back into a wagon to like drag over to the house like a little homeless boy, I got a phone call like, "Hey, turns out there was an error and we're gonna come turn off on your power again." I'm like, "Well, I'm glad it wasn't on me."
I mean, was there any other food you're trying to save? Just dead ass ground beef.
It was like a frozen meat and frozen ice cream. All my frozen goods.
Okay.
And probably some milk.
That's strange.
Because I'm like, I don't need power. It's summer. It's not like my heating's turned off.
Yeah.
But like, I just went grocery shopping, and if this is not going to be there for another couple days, it's going to go bad.
Ted, you have to have some story from work. Like, I know you give about like 1-sentence stories, but you have to have something that's occurred that was like of note.
Like recently?
Any time in your whole fucking career.
Yeah, career.
I already told you guys.
I just want to know anything that's happened.
I told you guys the story of like the crackhead who came in, bought some chocolate, and then gave me a $20 bill he put in his mouth first to like straighten it out.
No,
and then handed it to me.
Hold on, what was wrong with the bill? Was it all curly?
Yeah, it was like crumpled up, so he put it in his mouth.
No. Crumpled or curled?
Like curled, like in a circle.
Yeah, so he was fucking snorting coke with that.
Oh yeah.
I hope you're aware.
I assume so.
I just wanted to make sure.
He looked like he was already high.
Sure. What kind of chocolate you get?
Did you touch it?
Yeah, I got like a tissue paper. And then took it.
And see, Tan, you're not describing anything. What the fuck did he look like? What did he do when you did that? Come on, man, give me some detail.
He was missing some teeth. He
See, now it's already a more vivid story.
You know what? You remind me of fucking Sarah. Because you simply
assume.
I'll come up with a random question, right? And I'll come up with an answer. Do you want
me to give you
why don't you just shut the fuck up? If I just be like, hey, just tell me about what he looked like. And you go, oh, he had teeth? Okay, yeah, but I wanted a bit more. I don't want to have to, get out every little piece of content from you.
Do you want me to give you a MS Paint drawing?
No. I'm quite alright.
Just describe in words.
So he was a white gentleman. He had a scraggly beard. He was slightly balding. He had some glasses on.
I wouldn't have pictured glasses.
He had
I have no interesting works. Well, that's not true.
But it's all classified.
Yeah, sure, classified. I mean, the worst thing that happened to me at Sobeys was just we had ribs on sale in vacuum pack. I probably told you this, but we had ribs on sale on vacuum pack. And so instead of taking them out of the vacuum pack and rewrapping them, just leave them in the vacuum pack because it lasts longer anyways. So the one guy comes in and he's like, he's an Asian dude, and he shows me the flyer. He's like, I want this one, right? Poor English skills. I'm like, yeah, that's the one. That's this one. He's like, no, this says fresh cut in store. I'm like, yeah, but this is what it is. I'm like, do you want me to fucking take it to the back, open up the package, and then put it on a tray for you? And he's like, yeah. What? What a fucking waste of my time. Like,
I mean, you did get paid for it.
Yeah, but it's a waste of my time, and also you now have to use it within 4 days.
So he just wanted
it's just so dumb.
He just wanted you to repackage it.
Yeah, that's it. He wanted me to repackage it. So I went back, repackaged it. I was so tempted to fucking just spit on it, but I'm like, no, there's a camera right there. Not a good idea. But that was so like I honestly I wish thinking back to it I brought it out to the meat counter and just opened it in front of him, put it on the thing, wrapped it in front of him, said, "Here you go, this is what you wanted," and I put a expiry date on it. So that was just so stupid. And there's also a guy who asked me, he's like, "This is the first time I'm doing grocery shopping ever. What's like the cheapest meat?" I'm like, "Probably ground beef. I mean, like unless you want to eat like offals like chicken hearts and shit." But that was, how could a person who's like mid-20s never done groceries in their life or doesn't know how to do groceries? How is that possible?
Maybe he had like roommates or something, and it was like his chore to clean the bathroom, so he never went grocery shopping.
Yeah, but he asked for like he asked me questions like he's never been in a grocery store and he doesn't know what food is.
Maybe he got fucking pranked.
Well, like he was telling me, he's like, I'm like, ground beef's pretty cheap. It's on sale today. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll get that. He's like, how do you cook that? I'm like, bro, there's so many ways. Like, what do you expect me to say to that?
Make a nice hamburger.
But yeah, hamburger. But I'm like, if you really want, just fucking cook it up and eat it. It doesn't matter.
Throw some salt, throw some pepper, just pan fry that shit.
Sure, but like, yeah, it just made no sense. People are dumb.
Fuck me. Yeah, so I realized I had a spoonful of autism today. Because, like, I was doing the fucking Bleach thing, right?
Is it like me? Okay.
So I fucking, like, I'm cleaning with, luckily I had a spray Lysol instead of, like, the wipes, because I would have just demolished a thing of wipes. So I'm, like, spraying and sanitizing which fucking corner of my house.
This is after your sink explodes.
Yes, after it was fixed, actually.
Makes sense. Oh, after it was, okay, good.
So then I'm, like, realizing that I'm starting to get, like, my hands are starting to, like, get irritated and swollen because I'm touching Lysol for longer than any human has touched Lysol in their life. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to wash my hands, I'm going to put on a rubber glove. So then I fucking put on, like, yellow rubber gloves. I'm like, fuck, just realized these are all moldy. That's probably worse for my skin. Chuck those out. I'm like, what the fuck do I have? Oh, wait, I have a first aid kit in my house. I have, like, those medical, like, lifeguard doctor gloves. So I like, put those on. And I have a limited supply. I have 4 gloves. So I put those on. I'm, like, cleaning the Lysol. I'm like, very good, very good. And I'm like, hey, you know what? My sink drain has been broken the last few, like, almost months now. But it's always wet, so I've never had a chance to actually properly glue it. But I haven't needed to use a drain because the water hasn't stopped. So it's all dry now. So I took the chance. I'm going to super glue this. Super glued it, instantly glued all, like, fucking 5 of my fingers together. I'm like, well, there goes.
Sorry, wait. What were you super gluing?
Like, you know the drain stopper?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it was all falling apart because it's old.
Oh, you glued the drain stopper together.
Yeah, so I glued the drain stopper together, glued all 5 of my fucking fingers together. I'm like, well, this pair of gloves useless. Took those off. I'm like, fuck, now I have 1 more. So then I put those on, start, like, mixing the bleach into the bathtub, which is full of water at this point. I'm like, oh, put the drain stopper too close, picked it up, instantly got stuck, ruined another pair of gloves.
What?
So then I have 1 glove. I'm like, all right. I have it on my left hand, and for some reason it didn't occur to me to take it off and put it on my usual hand. So then I start, like, loading all the dishes into the tub, and I'm realizing I'm holding my gloved hand above my head the whole time, just sticking my hand in the bleach repeatedly. And it didn't fucking even occur to me until, like, 3 minutes into washing these dishes in the bleach solution. I'm like, wait a minute, my skin's getting a little burny. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, well, just rinse it with some water.
Yeah, I rinsed it off. I'm like, God, that's fucking stupid.
I mean, how many dishes did you have that you put in a tub?
I had just done dishes. Or that makes it sound like I do dishes. Joe had just done dishes, and like, I had a thing full. Plus, there were a couple more in the thing, so I had, like, a good load, like a meal's worth.
But why couldn't you use the sink?
I wanted to, like, I had cleaned the house in a very particular fashion in that I went from sink expanding outwards so the sink was originally dirty, and I also had all the fucking dishes. So I'm like, I'm not gonna put dirty dishes back in a clean sink. Bathtub's still filthy. Give that a quick wipe down, bleach it, double duty
double
there.
Purpose. Makes sense. Okay.
And then I was like, I drained the bathtub. I'm like, I might as well clean the bathroom. I'm like, here, take out my drain cleaner. About to spray it. I'm like, this is gonna create mustard gas. Gonna hold off on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that happened to. I heard one guy, because we have a sauna at our school, and it wasn't at our sauna, but my friend was talking about how there was a guy, and he was at a sauna, and he's like, well, we wanted some steam, right? So he got some water. But he took pool water.
Oh.
And he put the pool water on, and I don't know if he died, but I think he went to the hospital. So yeah, don't boil bleach.
I'm so scared of bleach now. Like, bleach cannot be mixed with anything.
No, just water. That's it.
Like, I was gonna start cleaning a couple things with rubbing alcohol. I'm like, I should probably not do this near the tub either. Fucking nothing can get mixed with this shit.
Yeah, you can't mix it with rubbing alcohol?
No, alcohol creates a different gas. It's not mustard gas with that. Bleach and ammonia makes mustard gas. Bleach and rubbing alcohol makes chlorine gas.
Oh, I don't know.
Bleach. Well, creates chloroform. So there you go.
Chloroform. That's okay. That's good. It's not bad for you.
Yeah, so bleach literally can't be mixed with anything. Oh,
and do like a couples episode.
You can do the dating game.
Yeah, a couples episode I think would be really good.
The dating game's not the thing I meant. The dating game. Hang on.
Isn't there
the newlywed game?
Yeah, that's it.
What the fuck's the dating game?
The newlywed game's just where they have to have where they answers all the time, right?
Yeah. The dating game.
The dating game's old as fuck. That was the first romance
the dating game
show.
Is they have the wall between you, and you have three people,
guys.
and you ask them questions.
Wasn't a serial killer on that at one point?
Probably.
Ted Bundy?
I think it might have been. Sorry, it's Rodney Alcalca.
I don't know him. He didn't kill enough people.
No, he did. Friendly looking guy. I'd trust him.
How many did he kill though?
76. Sorry,
God.
That's his age. Victims 8 to 130. So, I'm really going with the shotgun approach.
That's quite the range.
8 to 130. That's insane.
How did he
been 8.
Did he not find out? Did they not ask him?
I'm sure they just accounted. 130's I'm sure that's what he's claimed, or that's what they pinned on him. 8's what they convicted him for, because that's already life in prison.
Confirmed?
There's no point trying to convict on multiple if the guy's already gonna be in prison.
For the rest of his life. Minus that will not give him 130 lifetimes.
Yeah, because at that point it's fucking the same.
Alright, well, for now, I think that's a good place to end it. So, next time, we can see about bringing Tyson on, maybe in 6 or 7 weeks when he's free.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we give him a call and see what he's doing right now?
Have you realized that Tyson literally lives
we'll
in the gamer house from Lily's boyfriend's dream?
Oh my god.
Gamer house? Lily's boyfriend's dream.
Okay, everybody, goodbye.